Welcome back to the FeeKing Show. It goes down. It's going down every Friday, God willing, from 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time until 12 noon. I am your local fitness go-to girl, FeeKing, and this is the FeeKing Show. Welcome back. Who am I? The show is all about who are you? What do you do? What's your why? How in the world are you keeping it all together? And I want to know, who are you aside from your social media profile? That is why I created this show, because during COVID, I really wanted to know who people were in the midst of being quarantined, in the midst of being furloughed, all the things, in the midst of homeschooling their children. And I wanted to know how people were managing their lives during that challenging time. Yes. And we're still moving through that challenging time. Who am I? I am a sister. I'm an auntie. I am a daughter. I'm a pet parent. Did I say I'm an auntie? Yes, I'm a cousin. I'm a favorite cousin to a girl named Rosetta Bonner. What's up, Mrs. Susan? I am a lover of all things positive. What do? I help women over the age of 40 specifically, yet not exclusively, get from where they are to where it is they want to be along their health and wellness journey. Why? Oh, because I love myself so much today that it only makes sense to love others. How do I keep it all together? Well, it all depends on what time of the day and what day of the week you're asking about. How I keep it all together is my self-care modality is exercising, running, reading, mindfulness, meditation, praying, and gratitude. Yeah. I am in a perpetual state of gratitude. Today, the FeeKing Show is all about movement. It's all about exercise. And so I want to, right off the gift, I want to go into some announcements because I'm super duper excited. Today is June 1st, welcoming in June. It is almost summer. I am feeling it today. I have my hot flash fan. What? Because it is going to be 92 degrees in Be More Loving, Charm City, Baltimore, and I am here for it. This month, we are doing a challenge and you all are invited. You get to be on this journey with us and with yourself. You get to invite all of your peeps, especially your peeps over the age of 40. This is our 30-day hero, HERO, helping everyone reaps optimism. This is our 30-day Hero Challenge, facilitated, created by the one and only Sekou Wrights. Starting today, we are going to be moving and or running and or exercising, some sort of physical activity every single day this month. So Sekou has been doing this for a couple years. This is his birthday month. In honor of his birthday, in honor of Sekou thriving through his stroke, we are supporting him by exercising every single day. So last night, I had the great honor and privilege of being the fitness facilitator for EDOH. And it's a nonprofit here that's funded by Johns Hopkins University, and it's a circle of women and men who come together to share and to also, I guess, support. Yeah, they support one another through their addictions, whether their addiction is drugs, alcohol, sex addiction, food addictions, and it is the most incredible thing that I get to do. And I'm so honored that WombWorks, my client, Mama Kay and Ola, have invited me to participate. And so I got to train the participants. I got to impart some wisdom about the importance of moving every single day. Do the best you can. If you can't do it every day, do it a minimum of 4 days a week. And so there's a doctor on board. There are therapists. It is incredible. It really is a beautiful experience to be in the room with like-minded people who simply want to do better and be better. And one of the things that we all agreed on is that if there's no movement, there's no life. And so the body will atrophy, the mind will atrophy if you don't move it. And so if you're of able mind and body, I lovingly encourage and invite you to move every single day. So I'm proud of Sekou for continuing this, even in the midst of what he's dealing with, which is aphasia, which is a speech disorder. He still experiences short-term and long-term memory loss. He still is experiencing what's called right central pain. So this is my right central pain, all the way from the top of his head, all the way down to his toes. He experiences pain, not a couple minutes a day, not a couple hours a day, but all day, every day. Although he's still experiencing pain and aphasia and not able to get back to his work, because he's a creator, he is a professional creator, a motivational speaker, and an author, he still makes movement a priority. He still runs. As of today, I believe it's his 154th day in a row run. I may have those. I know it's over 150. He started January 1st. He is still running. And so he is inviting us to take care of ourselves while he continues to take care of himself. So we're from June 1st until the end of the month, we're going to move and exercise every single day. We're going to support ourselves and Sekou. What's up, Curtis? Thank you for being here. By purchasing his ebook, it's a pre-sale right now, so it's discounted, $9.99. The title of the book is Hack, H-A-C-K, Your Pain Now. Hack Your Pain Now. Because I know each and every one of us at some point in our lives are going to be dealing with the battle. And if it's not you right now, praise God. If it's someone you love, someone in your life, whether it's a child, a spouse, a parent, I lovingly invite you to get this book so that you can better prepare yourself to move through your own pain. It's on sale right now on Amazon, pre-sale, $9.99. And when it drops, we'll all have it at the same time. And so we'll all be reading this book at the same time, hacking our own pain. And then also, I want to say something. And Sekou doesn't know that I'm going to say this. When Sekou had a stroke, which was on the 409th consecutive day of him running. So let me slow that down for you. The brother had been running for 409 consecutive days outside in various elements on the day he had a stroke, which was July 14th, 2022. And on that day, 3 or 4 days, about 2 weeks later, once we found out, when I say we, I mean me, his mentor, and his closest friends, we decided to come together, pull our time, our energy, our talents, and our own personal resources together to create a GoFundMe. Because me personally, I thought when he gets through this stroke, I don't know, where he's going to be mentally and physically. But what I do know is that the hospital bills are going to come in. Sekou did not have benefits like many Americans don't have, especially artists. And so we decided to put a GoFundMe fundraiser together for him. Our goal was to raise $100,000. We got to about 21,000, which is huge. It's epic. So, let's give it up for all of you who gave. And so many of you gave many times. Sekou wanted to pause the fundraiser so that he could raise money 3.5 months post-stroke, raise and run. So the brother ran the New York City Marathon to raise money for a nonprofit organization called Back on My Feet, which supports those who are unhoused getting back on their feet. I was not in full agreement with that because I wanted to stay on task with his fundraiser. And so it is very, very difficult for any of us to ask for help. I was watching the Selena series. So I've seen the movie. Selena was a famous Tejano singer, Mexican, and J-Lo played her in the movie. And so now there's a series, and I was like, wow, this is interesting. I want to watch it. And I learned so much more about Selena. What I learned was her family really hit hard times in pursuit of her dream. They were on food stamps. They ended up living in a family member's garage. I mean, it took about 10 years for her career to take off. And what her father said, the actor playing her father in the movie, he said to the son, because they were embarrassed about using food stamps, he said, son, there should be no shame in asking for help. He said, because at some point in our lives, everyone is going to need some help. And when he said that, I was moved because I said, there's so much shame and guilt and judgment for oneself about asking for help. Sekou is a very, 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 very private person. And there was a little pushback when we decided to do this GoFundMe, but we said, look, he's not able to speak on his own behalf. So we're going to speak for him. We believe that he's going to appreciate this support. And so for him to be able to say, look, I'm still in a place where I still have medical bills. I still am unable to work. I would appreciate this kind of support. And so I would lovingly invite all of us to rally around him. Even for those of us who have already given, I am going to donate $2 per mile. And I was like, woo, I hope he sticks to $1. No, just kidding. He's been running a mile a day. And so whatever he does, I'm going to commit to $2 per mile. You can make a flat donation. Go to his website, which is www.sekouwrights.com. Click on the GoFundMe to make your donation. So we're doing three things. We are exercising every day. We are purchasing the ebook. It's on pre-sale right now for $9.99, and we are making a donation. I am assessing my team. I would like to get 10 of my fitness over 40 clients, friends, family members to come together to make a donation per mile. So for every mile he runs, you make a donation. So that could be $1 a mile. If he ends up running 60 miles at $60, you can do $1.50. You can do $5 a mile, whatever you are led to do and to give. Please be your brother's keeper. Everyone will need help. Yes, Curtis, everyone. I tell you, I could go down the rabbit hole with how many times people have been their sister's keeper and helped FeeKing, and how many times I've helped. It's just the normal progression of life. You know, the longer you live, the more likely you will experience a life transforming occurrence, whether it's health, finances, a divorce. My goodness, there's so many reasons why we get to help our people, whether you know them or not, strangers or not. So many strangers have helped me. And so that is what we're doing for June. And I don't know if you know this about the FeeKing Show, but the FeeKing Show has what I call hat game. And so every time I change topics or subjects, I throw on a hat. And let me tell you something. The universe is responding to my asks. Thank you so much, Mrs. Susan, for blessing me with these dope summer hats. Like, I cannot wait to get to the beach, right? And so if you would like to bless your girl with a hat or a link where I can get more hats, because I have a lot of fall and winter hats, but I don't have that many summer hats, and I plan to be out and about this summer. So I'm going to need to cover the head so that I don't get sunburned. Please feel free to share that link. And I'm just going to say hi to some people because we are live on Facebook, I believe. I don't know, Curtis, are you watching us on YouTube? We've been having a little glitch with Facebook. I hope we're live on Facebook. We are live on the Gram, Facebook, YouTube, and IG. All right, so this month, some more announcements. This month, the FeeKing Show is moving. The FeeKing Show is finally moving. Yay! We are moving to Indie Soup Media. The FeeKing Show has been picked up. So there's going to be so many additions to the show. That happens the week of June 19th. We will be streaming live on 7 stations. Android TV, Apple TV, YouTube, Twitch, indiesoupmedia.com, and there's 3 more, and Curtis can type it in the chat box and help me out with that. I'm so grateful because we've been staying the course. And another thing that Selena's father, the actor who played her father, said he was trying to negotiate a record deal for her. And he said to his family, he said, look, we've all committed to this. There is no going back. This is what we're doing. We're staying the course until we see this come to fruition. Selena is going to be a star. Well, when I tell you I had chill bumps last night, I could barely sleep because I was like, and I remember telling Sekou earlier, I said, the key is to not quit. The key is to not quit. One of the, they do these virtues at EDOH, which is the nonprofit that supports those with addictions. And they pull a word from, let's call it a stack of cards. And the word was committed. The word was committed. And so we get together in these little breakout groups and we talk about what committed means to us. And so when I think about committed, there are so many things that I've started and stopped, started and paused. The things that I've stuck with, that I've been really, really, really passionate about, have gained traction, and I've had some successes with them. One is my one-woman show, one is my training business, and the other one is the FeeKing Show. It's never dawned on me to not do this show, and now the show's been picked up. We're going to be live Mondays at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time and Fridays at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time. We're going to have a segment called Uber Chronicles, where I share a reaction video to things that happen in the Uber. Let me tell y'all, the Uber has a whole world in and of itself. So many things. There's crying in the Uber. There's laughing in the Uber. There's hugging. There's we're sharing knowledge and information. We're empowering one another. And then sometimes we get to sage the Uber. That's a new one. I'm going to share that story about saging the Uber, because I said, you know what? Let me stay on course. There's going to be another segment called When Blue Collars Ball Out of Control. Because let me tell you something. The houses in Charm City, Baltimore are exquisite. They are the most exquisite architecture I have ever in my life seen. And I've been very fortunate and blessed to travel extensively. And I've not seen architecture like this. And I've not seen regular, hardworking people owning these houses. And I plan to be one in the very, 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 very near future. I've never experienced the houses, the abandoned, boarded, vacant houses, and the opportunities and what people are able to create. And so I want to give you a glimpse into these houses, into the homeowners, and I want them to be able to share with those of us who are interested in owning what it's going to take for you to own your dream home or to build your dream home. Yes, I'm so excited about that. And then the last segment, we're going to have a cute kid corner. That's going to be the one and only Chandler Marie Rivas. She's coming on the show to bless us with what's happening with young people, from technology to fashion to education to fitness, all of the things. So the FeeKing Show is expanding. I am super grateful and super excited. Yay! FeeKing Show. Thank you so much, Indie Soup Media. My last announcement is, I just want to shout out some folks who have blessed me with some ear game. This is my ear game by Wawi Art. You can find her on Instagram and Facebook. That's WAWIART, Wawi Art. She is my African sister. She is incredible. She told me, she said, Fee, when I realized that no company in America was going to pay me my worth, I decided I was going to make a living with my art. So this sister makes clothes. She paints like you would not believe. And I told her, I said, you will be the first artist, like real artist, that I will have hanging up in my new home. I cannot wait to bless the walls with Wawi Art. She is incredibly gifted and talented, and it is an honor and a privilege to rock her earrings. And then this beautiful dress, this beautiful sundress. I want you to see the back, but the back is so dope. This dress is by the one and only Miss Beauty J'adore. That is my baby sister. I am so proud of her. And thank you so much. She just gave me 2 big bags of clothes. And I was like, oh my gosh, you got to be careful of what you ask for, because you just might get it. I'm in abundant. I have an abundance. I have an abundance. I have an abundance. I am living in abundance. You can check out Nikki at Beauty J'adore on Instagram and Facebook. She makes downloadable patterns. So no, she does not sew for others. You cannot ask her to do that. She won't even do it for me anymore, but she will design an incredibly dope pattern that you can download and you can make for yourself. Mrs. Susan has actually done that. I cannot wait to see the dress that she's having made. If you don't sew, you just simply have someone make it, right? Because all things are possible. All right. So this is the FeeKing Show. Let me share with you as we start to close this thing out. And feel free to let me know where you're tuning in from, what city, what state. Let me tell you about my SAGE, that's SAGE situation. So as an Uber driver, I love that I get to curate these stories. I love that I get to fund my business with Uber. I love all things Uber. And I'm also going to love when I get to focus 100% of my energies on my business. But in the meantime, I am in a perpetual state of gratitude that Uber exists and that I can work whenever I want, for however long I want, and I get to meet people that I don't know that I'd meet them in any other situation. It was, what is today? Friday. It was Saturday, last Saturday. I didn't know for sure if it was going to be my long trip, but let me tell you something. After I picked up these two young boys, I said, it's a wrap. I am mentally, emotionally exhausted. But what I am, or what I was very proud of myself. I was so proud of myself. And I said, you know what, FeeKing? Your mindfulness meditation, your transcendental meditation, it's working. It's working. Because the old you, the old me, I picked these young boys up at, we're going to call them housing development. I pull up, I saw a lot of young people. My instinct was to pull off, because it was just loud. And I was like, I don't know what's going on, but it's a lot of them and they're loud and rowdy and it's late. But then a young boy came over and it was only two. So it wasn't a whole group of kids. I said, okay, I can take two. And they're young. I didn't know how young, but they're young. He opens the door. He never speaks to me, never addresses me, never says his address. His friend gets in. He's kind of yelling at his friend and he's on the phone. He gets in the car. He continues with his phone conversation. Again, he never says anything. And so normally I would verify the address, but I knew that he wasn't even present. Like he wouldn't have even heard me. So I just said, I'm going to trust that the address he put in the app is the correct address. It was a short trip, maybe 8 minutes. Woo! That 8 minutes felt like 45. And let me tell you, I did not care about getting a ticket. I said, I'm driving fast, fast, fast because I've got to get this energy out of my car. He's having a conversation and he is speaking vulgarities about women. It was just vulgar. And I thought to myself, this is a young man who has a mother. And I'm probably his mother's age. And it was so much disrespect and so much, it was so hostile. His friend, his energy, it's like it was to have two conflicting energies within close proximity was interesting to me because his friend was very quiet, peaceful. They weren't engaging at all because he's on the phone. He's talking about all the things. It's I don't want to even permeate toxicity on my channel and repeat what he was saying, but you can imagine. I get him to his location fast, an 8-minute trip. I did it in like 5.5. I was driving fast because I was like, they got to get out. I pull up, he gets out of the car and slams the door. And I thought, and in that moment, I was able to have compassion because I said, you know what? This is not necessarily a boy. He's 25. I heard him say 25. He's not even angry or mad. He is in so much pain. And so I was able to have compassion for him. The next morning, when I got up, I got in the car and I could still feel his energy. And I said, I don't want this energy on me. I've got to get this energy off of me. I went to Mom's Organic. I got me a sage stick and I burned that stick. And within seconds, his energy was gone. And it was so beautiful to know that we have the tools. So whatever the tools that you choose to use, whether it's a Santo stick. It's sage, whether it's incense, lavender, whatever your fragrance of choice is, whether you decide to meditate in that moment, just know that you are always in control of deciding whether to react or not to react. Because I know that I wanted to not chastise him, but I wanted to educate him and empower him. But I said, you know what? I don't think this is a person that's able to receive it because he was very drunk. So he was speaking from a state of intoxication. So I said, he won't even be able to hear me. I just wanted to lovingly invite him to think about the language that he uses in someone else's vehicle and in the company of a woman. But I said, you know what? What I can do is I can pray for him and I can send him light and love because I don't think there are good or bad people. I just think they're making good or not so good decisions in that moment. And again, I felt like he was in so much pain. And I can say that because I was privy to the conversation, and it was a conversation that came out of pain and fear. And so again, I'm sending that young man, I don't even remember his name because I've completely let it go. I just wanted to share with you some self-care tools that you can do, especially as we're coming out of Mental Health Awareness Month, because sometimes we can take other people's stuff on. And I'm learning every day that I get to own only my own stuff. I don't have to take that on. I can choose to release it and to not be attached to it. Yeah, and that feels good. And that sage stick is still in the car because I just want to be prepared. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. This is your local fitness go-to girl. This is the FeeKing Show. It goes down every Friday, 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time until 12 noon. The new format, I'll have guests. I cannot wait. I said, you know what? I'm going to reach out to some of my celebrity friends who are doing incredible things in the world. And they've all said yes. So we get to meet some cool people starring in movies, webisodes, TV commercials. They're writers, producers. I cannot wait to have my full-figured, curvy model come onto the show. I've interviewed her in the past. I cannot wait to bring her to the FeeKing Show. Everyone is saying yes, and I'm grateful, and I'm looking forward to more yeses. And I lovingly invite and encourage you to open yourself up to all the yeses in the world. So sharing is caring. If you found any value in the show today, share it, share it. I am FeeKing, and I will see you, God willing, next Friday at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Mwah. Deuces. Peace.